All right, Chris, here comes the last one.
All right.
Another bathing beauty.
Nice. Get that one in. Hey, why don't you come on in? The water's fine.
I think I will. Woo, that water feels good. Look at this water lily.
Isn't it beautiful?
Just gorgeous. It closes up at night, but when it opens in the morning, it's just magical.
They're very beautiful. Water lilies and lotuses are your deep water plants in a pond, and both of them require a lot of fertilization.
I mean, this has a long stem. I would think it would need a lot of fertilization with a big bloom like that.
Yeah, and you can find lilies anywhere from 18 like we have here to 36 inches. The leaves and the blooms will grow to the surface.
Yeah. I've seen them where they've all virtually covered an entire pond.
And in a pond like this, you want to cover about 60 to 70% of the pond surface.
Keeps it cool, doesn't it? So with this fertilizer spike, you just shove it into the pot like this.
Right,
And
push it down.
And it's a slow release. And how often should I do that for my water lilies, Chris? Because I've got one over here with a gorgeous bud that's coming up here.
Right. With our fertilizer, you're done. You are done for the season.
For the season, full season.
Now, if you don't use Laguna fertilizers, you're going to have to come in and do this about every 4 to 6 weeks. Also in the water, you'll find oxygenating plants generally, and they're going to, as the name implies, produce oxygen during the day to help aerate the pond. Little unknown fact about oxygenating plants though, at night, they go into reverse photosynthesis and will actually start taking oxygen from the water.
Really?
Yeah.
How interesting. Now, we're getting into some aesthetics here, but these plants along the edge also add to this ecosystem, don't they?
They do. These are our marginal or bog type plants, and you'll find rushes, some of the cattails, pickerels, taros are good. These are plants that like to keep their feet wet, but still grow up out of the pond. Some of them are bloomers and do put out flowers.
Yeah, like the pickerel. I love the shape of the leaf, and then it has that gorgeous purple flower.
Right. Spider lily is another one that's very popular for ponds. That was always one of my favorites in a pond.
Yeah.
These two are going to be taking nutrients from the water besides the fertilizers, but they'll help to eliminate algae. So if you get a good balance of plants in the pond, you should have minimal algae problems.
Yeah. And all of these are planted in these baskets with gravel, and you can see some of the roots just beginning to grow through.
Right, starting to emerge.
That's fantastic. And these floating little gardens, they just add to the whole color scheme. We're going with pink because of my pink water lily. I think these are looking fantastic.
Well, one of the other neat things that's starting to trend with people that own water gardens is some aquaponics, where they're actually growing herbs and lettuces in the floating baskets in their pond as well.
I just think that is so cool. I mean, here we have basil floating around and a little Italian parsley. Who would have known? And then these, of course, the one we just anchored over here on this side, we have impatiens, we have some of the sweet potato vine, Acorus, and then of course this papyrus in the center. And here's the parrot's feather.
Right. Very feathery, and it will grow over, and actually it will start to grow across the top of the pond as well.
So the idea here is for this plant to cover over our little boat, our little floating garden, the black edge. And so this will go away and the parrot's feather will grow across the water.
Correct.
I can't wait. I just think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, Chris, these floating baskets are actually really easy to plant, aren't they?
They are. You would take your centerpiece or your main plant, place it in the center, plant your other plants around the edges, and then fill it in with gravel to keep the dirt from getting into the pond.
In our case, what we used is this papyrus in the center, and then we added some of the Acorus grass, which has that chartreuse color, and then we dropped in the potato vine and then the double impatiens, these Rockapulco impatiens, and then packed in the gravel. And then lifting it helps too, doesn't it?
Right.
As you plant, because you want to get that weight in there to help anchor it.
And the basket drops into the water. Again, here the nutrients of the plants are going to take up some of the nutrients to help eliminate algae growing in a pond.
Yeah, these are really, really fun. And then of course you've got the plants that are a part of the landscaping around your water feature.
That's another big part of it, you know, with a lot of the terrestrials that you'll find.
Well, you know, what I'm so excited about is that this pond is 1 year old.
Yeah.
And it's been absolutely no maintenance, and the plants that I've planted around the edge, particularly the grasses and the cannas, have performed beautifully. And we even planted blueberries last year, and they this year are loaded with blueberries.
I see that.
Yeah, they're a bog plant. I mean, we love the moisture, so they're perfect for this naturalistic landscape that we've created here.
As well as the creeping jenny, which is always nice on waterfalls because it gives that cascading effect of the plant as well as the water.
And then over here, we've got grasses and then burning bush. And if you could have seen those burning bush this past fall, I mean, this whole garden was just ablaze with color. It was really
Nice.
gorgeous, yeah. So the water features are really an element that is for the garden 12 months out of the year.
Absolutely.
For more information on water features for your garden, visit lagunaponds.com.